Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janice and I am a licensed esthetician and I am the beauty business boss. In addition to being an esthetician, I'm also a spa owner, an educator, and also a beauty business coach. So here on my channel, I like to talk about all things related to business ownership and also to helping estheticians, cosmetologists, nail techs, whatever you are in the beauty industry to be successful and also plan to start your own business if that's something that you want to do in the future. So in today's video, I'm excited to bring you this one because in this one, I'm going to be talking about state board prep. In this video, I'm going to be going over some things that you can do to prepare for your state board exams. And also I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of the esthetician practical exam. So keep in mind, this is specific only to Michigan estheticians, and this is current as of June 2022. So I'm going to give you the whole walkthrough of the Michigan esthetician practical exam, show you how to pack your bags and how to do everything exactly step by step. So this should help you when you're going to take your exam with the state. Now, if you do live in another state, this might not apply to you, but I would definitely still watch the video because there are some tips and things that I'm going to give you that could apply to you even if you're in a different state. So if you are interested in that, if you are a current student, or if you're someone who is thinking about going to get your esthetician license and you're struggling through the practical, or you just need help and just need someone to walk you through it, then stay tuned to this video. Make sure you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, you subscribe, and we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so on today's video, I'm going to be going over the esthetician practical exam. So I am an educator. I'm at a cosmetology school. I teach the aesthetics program. So this is the exact way that I teach my students to pass, and this is the exact same thing that I did when I took my test. So I'm going to give you first, before we get into that, some tips on how you can be successful during the practical exam. So number one, do not overthink it. When you look at the actual steps to the practical exam, it's very simple. All they want you to do is to perform a basic facial and a basic brow wax and tweeze. That's it. That's all you're doing. Do not overthink it. Don't try to add in steps. Don't try to add in anything fancy. Just keep it simple and follow the steps exactly. Another thing that you want to do is make sure you have everything very organized. So the way I teach my students is to have all of the bags set up and labeled with everything that you need for each section. So I'll show you that in a little bit before I actually start the practical, like what should be in each bag and how each bag should be organized. But you want to have anything organized because it's going to keep you from getting confused and keep you from having your area too cluttered and having things all over the place. So keeping your bags organized and having labels, like clearly written labels, is very important. Next, you want to make sure that you keep your kit closed at all times. If you leave your kit open at any point during the test, you're going to get marked down for each section that you leave your kit open in. So I recommend having a bag that does zip close, and anytime you go into the kit to pull out an item, you want to make sure you are zipping and closing that bag back up. That way there's no confusion and you can't get, marked down for something silly like that on the exam. Next, one thing you don't want to do is pick up anything off the floor. Please, if you drop something on the floor, let's say, a mask brush, a sheet, whatever it is, leave it until the end of that section. Do not pick up anything. So I recommend that you bringing extras of everything. So, extra cotton rounds, extra gloves, whatever it is, because if you drop something on the floor, you don't want that to stop you from finishing the exam. So leave it there to the end of the section, complete what you're going to complete. Then at the end of the section, you can pick it up, but just make sure you have your sanitizer on hand and sanitize your hands really well after you pick it up. Next, Do not talk during the exam and do not look around. You should not be focused on what other people are doing. So when you take the test, there's going to be people from other schools that are going to be in there as well, and they might be doing things slightly different the way you are. They might have, you know, their bag set up a certain way. They might have their products organized a certain way. They may or may not be wearing gloves, but it is very important not to focus on what someone else is doing, because someone else could be doing a step or be doing something in the facial and they might be doing it wrong. So if you're unsure or you're not confident and you're watching someone else do a part in the test and they're wrong, you are going to get marked down. So please make sure you study everything and focus on what you're doing so that you are not getting marked down, and that'll help with your confidence. Also, try to practice the exam like over and over again multiple times. Like in the school that I teach in, I walk through everything with the students, and then they take a test, like a mock practical test 3 times before they graduate. If your school doesn't do that, take it upon yourself to study this test. Grab a friend or a family member, have them read the PSI packet to you, go down everything, and test you on it so you'll be as prepared as possible when it's time to take the test. Next, make sure that you do raise your hand at the end of each section. So when you look in the PSI packet, you'll see that everything is separated out by sections. Go through every single step in that section, and when you get to the bottom of it, stop and raise your hand. That lets the examiner know that you have completed that section and that it's time to move on, like when everyone is done. Next, you want to make sure that you're doing all of the steps in order. Do not do anything out of order. Follow every single step, step by step, and in order. So for example, in the beginning, the cleansing section, it says to like drape a towel over the mannequin's chest and then do the head wrap. You have to do those in that order. Let's say if you do the head wrap first and then you do the drape, you're gonna get marked down. So everything has to be in the exact order. So again, study, study, study all of those steps. Next, you want to make sure you're making eye contact with the examiner. The examiner more than likely is not going to speak except to announce the different sections. So they'll say, we're beginning the skin cleansing service, we're beginning the face massage service. They'll announce those, but it is up to you to know the steps and to do every single step. So make sure you're making eye contact. So the examiner might have, it might be one examiner to like 4 or 5 different people in when you're taking the test, so they have to make sure they're watching everyone. If the examiner does not see you do a step in the test, you didn't do it and you're going to get marked down for it. So please make sure you're making eye contact when you're doing the cleansing step. Make sure you make eye contact with them and so that they see you. When you're doing the massage movements, slow down. Do your effleurage movement, make eye contact with them. Don't move on to petrissage until they direct you to. So, or I'm sorry, not until they direct you to, until they actually look at you and make contact. You don't want to rush through the test. There's no rush for this. You have more than enough time to complete each section, so don't worry about trying to move fast. Make sure that you're accurate in your steps and you're performing everything correctly. It's not a race. I'd rather you move a little bit slower and get everything right than try to move fast and keep up with everything else. Because again, maybe someone, flew through the steps and they, did everything, but they might have missed a step. So don't worry about someone else that might be moving a little bit faster than you. Just focus on it. If you need to take extra time to concentrate, then do it. You have more than enough time in that section. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what is in the bags and every single thing that should be in the bag and how the bag should be packed. Make sure from this point on you actually go to the PSI exam website. Make sure you go to, it's under government agencies and licensing or something like that. Click on your state and download the PSI exam. So make sure you have it so you can walk through these steps with me. So first I'm going to demonstrate the bags and how everything should be packed. Then I'm going to actually give you a walkthrough of the test. So during that time, I'm not going to talk through it. I'm just going to demonstrate it exactly how you should be doing it. So make sure you have your PSI paper out and that you're following with the steps so you can see how everything is going. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so the first bag we're going to begin with is the pre-exam setup and disinfection. So this is the part in the test where you are going to pull everything out of your first bag, your disinfection bag, and spray down your section, clean it down, because the one thing that State Board wants to see is that you are being clean and sanitary and you're keeping everything in order. So you're going to have your first bag here. That's your disinfection bag, pre-sanitized. Make sure all of your larger bags say pre-sanitized. So inside that bag, you're going to have a bag that says dirty linens. So you can use like a regular, grocery bag or something like that. But, at the end of the test, you're going to be putting in your sheet, your towels, and all that other stuff. So you want to make sure you have a bag that's big enough. So this is just like a 4-gallon trash bag, which is good. Then you also want to have a bag for trash. So whenever you're done with your trash, like your cotton rounds and all that stuff, you want to make sure you're throwing them away and not putting them on your table or your bed. Then you want to have a spray bottle labeled your disinfectant. So this is what you're going to wipe everything down with and keep everything clean with. You want to have a sanitizer, so like a hand sanitizer. You want to have a couple pair of gloves in case, one of your pair of gloves like drops or rips or something like that. You always want to have extra. Then you want to have a bag labeled your dirty implements. So this is where your mask brush, your tweezers, any other tools or anything like that that you're using are going to go. Then you want to have tape. So this is to tape your trash bag to your table. And make sure you put enough tape on there so that it's not falling off. Then you want to have your blood spill kit. So you want to make sure that your blood spill kit stays out the entire time. So your blood spill kit is going to have your labeled blood spill bag, and it's also going to have antiseptic, disinfectant wipes, and bandages, and then also a pair of gloves in there. So make sure this is out and it's labeled and that they can actually see the kit set up on your station. Okay. So then you're going to put all of that in your disinfection bag, and everything that's in this bag is going to stay out on your table during the entire test. So if you spill something, you need to wipe something up, then you want to have this out and ready to go. What I also didn't show in here is the paper towel. So if you have paper towel, like a bunch of sheets, you can put them in this bag if you want to. Or you can have a roll of paper towel that you keep in your kit, which was what I did. So I would just also take that roll of paper towel out and just leave it on your table. You can also have your sheet in this section. Your sheet is going to go on after you spray down the bed. You're going to just throw your sheet on. So if it can fit in this bag, you can go ahead and put it in there. If not, just have it in your kit and make sure you take it out and put it on the bed during this section. So that is it for the pre-exam setup and disinfection. Okay, so next we are going to start with the skincare services bag. So in this bag is going to be everything that you're going to need to do the skincare services. So you see I have that skincare services, the bigger bag, skincare services pre-sanitized, and everything is going to go inside this bag. So I like to have it separated by the different parts. So if you reference the PSI packet, you'll see that all of the skincare services are in different sections. So we'll start, the first part is the skin cleansing service, which is right here. So you can have the bag labeled skin cleansing service, and all you need in that bag is your cleanser, your toner, which is in this spray bottle. Sorry, you can't see it in the bag. And then some cotton rounds to remove the cleanser. So keeping everything separate like this is going to help you to stay organized and help to make sure that everything is in order. Because the last thing you want to do is have a bunch of bags and a bunch of stuff just sitting out on the table and then try to fumble around and find everything. So you'll see when I go through the actual steps, you'll see how I take out each bag and just keep everything organized. Then you're going to have the face massaging service. So with the face massage service, you're going to have a towel, and you're going to actually have to go and get that towel wet. So there's going to be a sink in the area. Go get the towel wet, and then you're going to wring it out and actually apply it to your mannequin. Then you've got your face massage service. So in this one, the only thing you need is just your massage oil or your massage cream, whatever you're using, and just the cotton to remove it. Then you have your mask and moisturize bag. So you see the mask and the moisturizer are in little round containers there. Make sure you're using, I'm sorry, this is not in focus. Make sure that you're using a mask that has some type of color to it, so they can actually see when it's applied, because they're going to grade you based on how you apply it. And you're also going to have some sticks here because you want to get the product out of the container in a sanitary way. You don't want to keep double dipping your brush into the container. And I'll show you how I take that out. Actually, I realized that I forgot to put a mask brush in here. So I'm going to grab a mask brush, and your mask brush is going to go in there as well. Then you also want to have a headband. So you're going to have a headband for your to tie up their hair with, and then you're also going to have a towel for the neck drape that's going to go across their chest. So a headband, and throw an extra towel in there. Okay, and that is all for the skincare services bag. The eyebrow services bag. So you're going to have your bigger bag here that says eyebrow services pre-sanitized, and then you're going to have everything that goes in this bag. So you have, let's start with the tweezer, because the tweezer section is first. So with the tweezer section, you're going to have, a pair of tweezers. You're also going to use some cotton because you want to actually simulate taking out hair. So you want to show them that you're removing the hair from the eyebrow and actually placing it on a cotton. So, and then you also want to have the cotton to apply the antiseptic and everything. So make sure you have your antiseptic in a labeled bottle. Then for the wax part, you want to have wax. So you can just have something like some Vaseline or something that's labeled wax. Then you want to have your strips that you're going to be taking the wax off with, and then your sticks, which is what you're going to be applying it with. So that's everything that you are going to have in the eyebrow services bag. All right, so that is it. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you got a lot of good tips. And more importantly, I hope that you are ready to go through and take your Michigan exam. I'm telling you, and I tell my students this all the time, do not overthink it. The exam is not as hard as you think it is. Just make sure you practice the steps, go through every single thing multiple times. Make sure you have your bag packed correctly the way that I showed you, and in a way that'll help you keep everything organized and help you move smoothly through the test. So good luck on your exam. Make sure you take that exam right when you graduate. Do not wait too long because you're gonna forget everything. But go through that and you will be fine. Do it exactly the way I showed you. So yes, if you are a student, please let me know if there's anything else that will be helpful for you for me to do a video on, like if there's anything in school that you're not learning or anything that you need help with. If you need more business videos, I've done some business videos on my channel, so make sure you look at those. I even have a video on going solo right out of school, so I will link that here for you guys to take a look at. But yes, please in the comments let me know what other videos that you're interested in, what you need help with while you're in school, and I can try to get those out to you guys. For now, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you check out the description box because I have a lot of different downloadable tools. And then also, if you are a student or if you just need help with business coaching, business planning, or anything like that in general, check out the description box and I have links to my coaching sessions in there. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll talk to you in the next one.